Welcome back to First Take. The NFL season is just 13 days away, and with kickoff so close, we're going to take a look at some win totals, courtesy of ESPN Bet Sportsbook. Let's start with Molly's Giants. They are tied for the third lowest win total at 5.5 games. Joe, do you see the Giants winning more or less?
Less. I'd like to do over-under, too, if we're going to do some gambling here, but I'll play along. We're going to do less. This team is better than last year, especially on the defensive side. And if you want a week one bet that supports them, take the points against Washington, undervalued in that spot. The thing is the schedule. 17 games, you know how many times I have them favored? Once.
Wow.
One game. And that's not necessarily an indictment of them. It is just going to be
against the Cowboys.
Brutal stretch. Yeah, so we're going to go fewer than 5.5, but they're going to be right near that number.
Yeah, I'm going over for the New York Giants. I get it, the number one strength of schedule in the NFL, but ultimately what it's going to come down to is that defense being able to keep them in a lot of games and then having a playmaker, somebody that can raise the floor on the offensive side of the ball. And what I've seen from Jackson Dart across the 3 preseason games, the guy is ready for prime time, throwing a touchdown in each one of them. 68% completion percentage, 113 passer rating. Dart will be the starter once we get to October, and he'll be the reason why they go over.
I like him.
I watched him last night.
I watched him last night.
Open my heart to Dart.
There you go. I like
Dart.
the kid. I like the kid. He's got some skills, and I understand that. But we've seen Giants look bad in preseason.
Yes.
Let's not act like we don't know. So yes, I will go over.
Now
I think it was 6.
let's go to Steven's team. Steelers win total is set at 8.5 this season. Joe, more or less?
Less. Again, this is going to be right on the number, but you've got a 40-plus-year-old quarterback who hasn't had a good season in, 3 years? Last year, if you look at the EPA per play, down, bottom half of the league. Year before that, injured. Year before that in Green Bay, also bottom half of the league. There's a lot of metrics you can look at. I don't trust the receiving unit. You have DK Metcalf. What do you have after that? The running game needs to get going. The offensive line still has question marks. Defense is solid, but based on the division and the schedule, I'm going less.
They got some tight ends.
I'm not going less with no Steelers. Mike Tomlin, the Pittsburgh Steelers, and then I'm hearing everybody talk about Aaron Rodgers can still throw that damn football. DK Metcalf is there. Fryermuth is there. Smith is there. Warren is there. I don't want to hit it.
How do I get out of this studio? 'Cause I've been hearing this man talk about Aaron Rodgers for the last 3 years.
Hey, man, let me tell you something right now. Steelers going to win at least 9 games. They're going to win at least 9 games.
There.
Let's be very, very clear about that.
That's spoken as a fan and not an analyst right now.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. Well, damn it, I ain't been wrong. Just like
you have been wrong,
I'm a critic and a cynic of the Cowboys, but I've been right for 29 years at Cowboys. Don't give a damn about that.
Well, as much as you've been right about the Dallas Cowboys, I've been right about Aaron Rodgers the last 3 years.
We got the schedule for the Steelers. You don't see 8.5, 9 wins coming out of that.
No, because I don't believe in the quarterback. And we've seen some age regression with the defense in the second half of last year. The back end of that defense got older this offseason. Aaron, Darius Slay, and then, of course, Jalen Ramsey and Juan Thornhill coming over. I don't believe in how they're planning on trying to win football games. The offensive line has a ton of questions. I'm not sure how much balance they're going to have on that side of the ball. It feels like it's the DK Metcalf show and not much else in the way of difference makers, playmakers on that side of the ball.
Blasphemy. But it's okay, though. I was like, we got to listen, when it comes to Aaron Rodgers and Joe Burrow, we ain't going to get nothing nice from this brother. We understand that. We get it. It's okay. But we'll see. They going to win 9 games.
Okay.
Steelers ain't going to win. Ain't winning less than 9 games.
Yesterday I was on the show. I told Cece that the Steelers could be the sleeper.
That's right.
They
going to listen. They're going to have
Steelers a sleeper. We talk about the Steelers all the time.
No. People like Cece think they're going to be terrible, so I think they'll surprise some people. All right,
okay.
Maybe we can agree on this team. Chiefs win total has been set at 11.5, just tied with the Bills, Eagles, and Ravens for the highest in the NFL. So, Joe, do you have the Chiefs winning more or less games than 11.5?
Less. And then when you say that, everyone reacts. Oh, how can you think the Chiefs are going to be bad? You can go 11-6. And we still go under this number. They went 11-6 2 years ago and they won the Super Bowl. It's a big number to get to 12, and there's a lot of regression indicators out there. 17 straight wins in one-score games. Blocking field goals against the Broncos. Bengals having the stupid penalty at the end of the game. Likely just out of bounds with the toes. You're not going to run hot like that forever. Offensive line still has question marks. Schedule's extremely tough. I could go on and on, but I'm going to leave it for you guys. They're going under 11.5.
Well,
Chiefs fans get so upset when you say that. You can still go 10-7.
Well, expect first things first. Expect audience. Expect Chris Canty to complain about Patrick Mahomes' socks, his jersey, or something. He's going to have something to say about a quarterback. Make no mistake about it. Something negative. But with that being said, with that being said, I would say this to you. I don't see Patrick Mahomes losing more than 5 games this regular season. Not after that ass kicking in the Super Bowl. I think there's some vulnerability that'll show itself in key matches, particularly come playoff time. But I still see them winning about 12 games.
Well, I can't believe I'm in a position where I'm about to actually agree with Stephen A. Smith, but I'm with him, though. I mean, you pointed out what happened in 2023. They went on to win the Super Bowl that year, but it just so happens to be the only season since Patrick Mahomes has been the full-time starter where they didn't have 12 or more wins. You're talking about from 2018 to now, 76 regular season wins. Yeah. There's no way they're going under 11 and a half season wins.
They have been to the Super Bowl for the last 5 years. Their bodies are breaking down.
Wow. Okay, very quickly, gonna go around. Do you guys,
know that?
1 second. Do you guys think the Chiefs will win their 10th straight division title, yes or no?
I would bet on it. I would bet no, but if I just am taking it straight up.
So quickly, okay.
No, they don't.
I would say yes. I would say yes. Even though Denver can't be ignored, I would still say yes.
Chargers as well are going to be right there.
No, we got to see.
All right, guys. Okay, we got to leave it there. Stephen A., I'm getting to your stuff. You did a one-on-one with Jerry Jones at the Star yesterday. You guys do not want to miss Jerry's latest comments on a standoff with his.
Well, Bart Scott, you host a New York-based radio sports talk show.
Oh, I do.
Jackson Dart for the Giants. What is the first thing to say this morning?
I mean, he's done what he was supposed to do, right? He's passed every test. We don't know what that means during the regular season, but he's done everything he's supposed to. You talk about pocket presence, poise in the pocket. You talk about accuracy, everything that you want from your quarterback. And I feel like at some point they're going to have to evaluate him because he's in a unique situation. You have a rookie quarterback with a veteran coach that's basically coaching for his job. So at some point, you have to sell the future, and Russ is the past. And I think the safe landing is probably going to be against the Saints.
I'm glad you said that because I think this is an important piece of this. The development of Jackson Dart has got to be priority number 1 for the Giants, a team around which suddenly there were very good vibes, right? Like everything felt like death at the end of their season last year. They had a terrible year. The way they handled the Daniel Jones thing was terrible. And the Saquon Barkley thing made it all feel a whole lot worse. When John Mara decided to stick with his coach and his general manager, which surprised me, then what you were then doing is you're letting him draft the quarterback of the future because you believe Brian Daboll is the right guy to develop that quarterback, and there is reason to believe that. He's done it with Josh Allen. He's done it in other places. So the idea that this guy is coaching for his job is a mistake. They should not treat the season as though he is coaching to save his job. That can't be job 1, 2, 3, or 4. They got to have a chance to be much better than people think. They've got to develop the quarterback, and what it all means for the coach's job security just gets in the way of the business.
Of course. I mean, organizations that are stable in the leadership positions are the most successful ones, and the Giants haven't been that since Tom Coughlin was there.
Right.
And as a result, they haven't had success. So, yes, absolutely. Look, they draft Jackson Dart in the first round. You're saying, yes, Brian Daboll, that's your guy. They talked to all of them, right? They had them all. They knew they couldn't get Cam Ward, but everybody else they had in, they worked them all out privately. Dart was the guy Daboll wanted. They traded up, and they got him. Okay, so now do it. But what's that look like? Like he has to make sure he's ready when they put him in. He has to make – here's the thing. At the end of the year, how Giants ownership feels about the direction of the team is going to be what makes the decision on Brian Daboll and Joe Schoen. That's it. Like, not the record. But, like, how do you feel about it? Do you feel like
the future
the Patriots did at the end of last year about Drake May?
Right. What you're describing is a moral hazard. And I think a lot of us have fallen into this situation where we're looking at this like, if I were Brian Daboll, what would I do to save my job? And you're right. That's the wrong way anyone should be approaching this. There's the most important player in any organization is going to be the quarterback. You have someone who's showing some promise. If you have the incentives by the management or leadership there to do anything that would rush his progress or anything that would slow his progress, then you have the wrong person or the wrong setup.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Right.
Is if he is ready, he should play when he's ready. If he's not ready, he shouldn't. And what their record is and all that stuff and what the fans are saying and all of that. But that always does factor in when you get on this hamster wheel like they've been on in Chicago. And that's how you wind up ruining a bunch of young quarterbacks. And you don't want to see that happen to this kid because I know it's only the preseason, but he looks good.
But this is why it's important, right? Because Daboll's future, he won, 4 or 5 games last year?
Yeah.
And we can think that they look beautiful and they look good. Well, 3. They look good, in the regular season or they look good in the preseason. But the reality reality is, if they don't win enough games, then you may have to move on. This is year 4 for Daboll, right? And you have a quarterback that you have to evaluate and sell the future with, because if the Giants have the hardest schedule in football, they may
so
be
maybe
right.
their record doesn't matter. But let me ask you a question.
It matters because they could be top 5, and you got Archie Manning sitting there, and you got Klubnik.
Oh, yeah, no, you're going to play the kid. At some point, they're going to play the kid. What I'm saying is that do you believe Brian Daboll is the right guy to develop the quarterback or not?
He didn't develop Daniel Jones.
If the answer to that, well,
You're saying he shouldn't be on the hot seat.
maybe I'm saying he shouldn't be on the hot seat, because if you put him on the hot seat, it is natural to expect him to coach like a person on the hot seat.
I agree. I think there's some that these conversations always bug me a little, because I